we way behind enemy lines. We just missed the last flight out.
For all our sake, proceed with extreme caution.
Alright, so the popular Reddit April Fool's Game r/place returned for another year, and this time I actually got involved since I'm a loser. I mean Redditor. You're definitely not saying to yourself that my impact was pretty small, considering my size on YouTube, but nobody talks to themselves like that. Why would you assume that? Why do YouTubers keep saying that? Runtime padding rant aside, I was part of r/plays and had an impact because I'm pretty big into the LGBT subreddits. Hell, my faction, which I like to call the Pride Stripes, were one of the people who originally started the Pride event. If you're mentally handicapped and don't know what I mean by Pride Stripes, look at this image. See? Pride Stripes. Simple. So when it was announced that r/place would be coming back, we all pretty much immediately gathered to start planning. And we didn't really have a clear plan. We were going to build in the corners, but a lot of other subreddits were going to do that, so yeah. I should also probably mention, before I start getting into what happened before and after the event, that by subreddits, I mean communities on Reddit, and r/place, if you weren't informed and live under a rock, was a massive online canvas that anybody could draw on, one pixel at a time, every 5 minutes. So to make any meaningful progress, you had to form factions. So, I'm gonna say anyways again because I do that in every video. Also, some further context, America was above us, Germany was below us, every faction to the side of us. We were originally one of the major groups. Okay. Day one, when the day first started out, when I woke up at 1 p.m., yes, I need help. The Pride Stripe was already started by some people who helped organize it, and one of the people on my subreddit, Rainbow Dev, was already rallying up people to build it throughout the day. So I was making posts to push people along to launch attacks on other factions and defend our own flag. As I believed at the time that since it was my subreddit who was majorly helping to organize this, I should also have a major impact. We tried multiple times throughout the day to launch attacks on Germany, all of them either failing, getting really close, then failing, or succeeding for a short time, then failing again. Although, we did manage to take them for a bit before being consumed again by the sausage country themselves. There were only a few noble things that happened this day in terms of short term, but there was a lot of things that had long-term consequences. That's why I say long-term. Long claw. Ah! Furry! Very late into the day, an unauthorized subreddit and Discord server were actually formed around the Pride Stripes in particular, instead of it just being a general LGBT subreddit that was helping with this. I was annoyed, but at the same time, I didn't care enough. We also, me and some other people from the Discord server, due to me chatting there, were annoyed at America because they've been invading a lot of the LGBTQ land. Hell, they even tried to fight against the trans flag, which previously took Britain, but they weren't powerful enough. They had plans of expanding downwards, using the trans flag attack as a distraction, so due to our hatred of it, we started a Discord server that was against America. Okay, day 2. I woke up and you wouldn't believe what happened. Some Americans found out about this and raided us out of spite. It was mostly either homophobic children or just children who liked America enough to be patriotic about their gun rights. Yeah, y'all, I gotta get my gun out and I gotta smoke my cigarette. I'm gonna go to McDonald's, yeah. Yeah, so the original owner got so stressed out by this that he just made me the owner, which, due to there not being an official Discord server, I decided to just yoink it and rebrand it as the Pride Stripes Discord. The day was a lot more political in a sense. Since I was the main person running it, besides one moderator that I had to add later, I had my work cut out for me. I made alliances, attended meetings, and pretty much tried to keep everything normal and protect the flag. I didn't mention this in day 1 since it wasn't important and didn't lead to anything, but we started an alliance with the corner, the blue. Yeah, we didn't really do anything with that. Team Ice Skip all the way! Yay! Something happened earlier in the day that nobody expected. The entire map and the color palette increased ×2. So we had more colors and more map to choose from. Nice. Oh yeah, by the way, an American representative actually contacted us and called us into an emergency meeting, me as the representative. A bunch of other factions noticed that a lot of factions were getting out of hand, so we decided to have mutual protection agreements so that we could all stay safe. So yeah, America was allied with us, even though they didn't help us, just like the corner of blue. Why can't you guys just help and send reinforcement when we needed it? This was a victory, but later in the day, we had a massive failure. Some streamer came in in and raided r/place, destroying a lot of the artwork. He caused about 12 crises with the biggest factions and pretty much made everything a living hell. Oh yeah, by the way, side note, if you think that this isn't art, I kind of have to disagree with you. Lots of people put effort into this, lots of people were very creative on this, and lots of people made art throughout this. It's not just a bunch of pixels, it's people collaborating to make something great. If this is just a bunch of pixels, then this is just a bunch of ink droplets. Day 3 started out rough for all of us. Over the night, we were attacked and overtaken by a larger faction who made a shirt on our lower part. Oh yeah, by the way, since Germany won most of the times, we were divided from our lower part, so factions formed over us and we lost our entire lower part because of this. The day was the biggest in terms of hype throughout the group and the Discord server as it grew dramatically to the point where other factions were starting to fear us and we were starting to get more powerful due to our allies with other LGBTQ subreddits. Hell, some people tried to invade us, but we fought back to the point where they didn't try that again. After that, something else happened that you probably can expect. The map doubled in size again, along with the color palette, but nobody really cared. We, once again, didn't expand, but it's a notable event, so yeah. It was also pretty funny seeing Canada struggle to make their flag. Like, guys, Germany showed you how it was done. Also, the Void came in and made this and said enough because they were angry, which I find pretty funny. Here's actually some artwork by cat_kitty_cat123 that I find kind of cute and funny. Go follow them. I'm not sponsored by them. Hell, I want to feature their art, but go follow them. Things went swell, and we managed to avoid both attacks, and we were able to defend against things. Also, the biggest thing happened in our history. Throughout the event, we've been losing a lot of land, but we finally redeemed ourselves. America was attacked. Hard. America has been getting attacked and we've been trying to take over, but we've been failing every time. But this time it was different. All 3 of the neighboring factions invaded, except for the Pride flag. They didn't want them. So, we took America.
You're a serious idiot, Morty. You basically killed us all. You're as dumb as a bag of sand. Idiot, Morty. You're a brickhead. The dumbest thing I've ever laid eyes on. You're an idiot, dumb Morty. What an idiot. What a dumb Morty. Who's stupid now, bitch?
Easy victory. They had to move downwards to the corner of blue because things were so bad, which I just find funny. Take that, you fake allies. Yeah, things were fine. So, the final day dawned, and you would not believe me if I told you what happened, but absolutely nothing happened overnight. Fascinating. Yeah, a lot of Reddit's user base, including me, had a school night, so not a lot of us stayed up, and not a lot of us actually were on during the day. I was making occasional posts to rally people up to defend the flag, but I was mainly focused on defending, since it was the final day, and a lot of us weren't there to actually launch attacks, so that was a bummer. Things were going fine, we were defending well until 6:30. That's when everything went to shit. I should probably mention that Reddit's user base is a lot of Europeans with Americans, so since a lot of our LGBT community was European, we weren't prepared for this attack that we had on us. We were under attack, a lot of our allies couldn't help us, a lot of us were asleep, and we were about to lose a 6th of our flag just because of these country guys. Things were going bad. I was panicked, calling emergency alliances, but it was then that one of our emergency alliances said, I think that our place just ended. So I went to the actual subreddit, and you could only place white. It had ended. The entire time, people had been placing colors randomly throughout the map, and it was over. We could only place white. It was like snowfall in a way. Quiet, peaceful snowfall. It was the end. All of us placed hundreds of thousands of blocks. We all worked together, we all made memories, and as a whole, loved doing it. r/place was a lot of fun. Even though I spent a lot of time stressing over it and a lot of time not working, I had a lot of headaches, but it was fun. I enjoyed myself, and I think everybody, both in and outside of my faction, agreed. It was worth it. I made friends, I made memories, I saw amazing stories of things that rose then fell, and I'll never be able to talk about like half of them because this video is already too long, only talking about one faction. When it was all over, a few hours after everything already turned the white, I said my final goodbyes to everybody. It was amazing, and I would love to do this again, maybe in 5 years. God, I'll be in my 20s by then. So a side note before the video ends, there's a website that actually hosts a majority of the images taken from r/place, alongside other websites that host time lapses of the original event. I'm a major fan of internet preservation, so I'm glad these exist. So I would suggest like going and looking at the entire time lapse, or maybe taking a look at some old photos. There are a lot of groups that fell that will probably never be known because they weren't on the final image. So just go and appreciate them, I guess. Sorry for getting a bit sappy near the final day. It's sappy and sticky, but I'm glad that this happened. I'm glad that I've made these new friends purely through my adventures on a website that I barely am active on. If you have your own story, tell me in the comments section. I'd love to hear any of your stories about r/plays. I may do a comment highlight video, maybe not, since I don't want to be a sellout. But it doesn't matter. Now what happens? See ya, gamers. Go fuck yourself.